Hello, this is Don Carter. Welcome to the return of Serenity Cafe Live. This is January 25th, 2025. I want to go through some of the new features at Serenity Cafe Academy, so if you'll bear with me as I reacquaint myself with the software today, I think this ought to go fairly smoothly. We hope, without technical difficulties. So there are quite a few new features. So let's just log in here at Serenity Cafe Academy, and you'll see right off the bat that there are two new features announced right here. The first one is the personal chat. You now have a direct line to me whenever you're working on any one of the courses here. There's no need to be stuck or stymied or, in a position where you don't know what to do next. And maybe you have a question, maybe you want recommendations, maybe you'd like to have a referral, or just like to offer some feedback or make a request for new content. You'll be able to use the personal chat on every page of the Serenity Cafe Academy, and if I'm not in session or away from my desk, I will respond as quickly as I can, usually within the next 24 hours and sometimes a lot sooner. So you'll notice this little chat bubble down in the lower right corner here, and this is the chat. So you just click that, and you can put in your first name and your last name if you'd like, but give us your email address and then put your question in there, or your request, whatever it might be, and then hit that minus button to close it. Now you'll notice too, these are all of the courses in the Thawing the Iceberg Series, and there's the first book, and these are in the order that they've been published. I've got one more being published right now, being written right now, and the course is half done as well, so that course will pop up here too. That course is called Thawing Your Life Scripts, and it goes into great detail about where our life scripts and core beliefs come from and how they get triggered and what we can do about that. So I have a lot of things I want to get to, but also want you to notice if you are a lifetime member or premium member and you've bought the downloads, you can get all of them in this course right here. But the other ones, if you just bought one at a time, that's fine. There's also a download and you can read the book online. I'll show you that in a little bit, but you can download it from each individual course. And there's some other courses that we'll be showing here fairly soon, because now that this is all set up, we're ready to go. So the other new feature announced up here is the personal notebook. A lot of people, there's a lot of journaling sometimes and work that we need to do and record. So this particular feature is a notebook that is available to you on every page or every lesson in every course. And so you could be working on one course and have a question. You can pop it into your notebook, and it will be at the bottom of every other lesson page, no matter what course you're in. And you are the only one that gets to see that. I can't even see what you put in there. But they're temporary notes in that if you empty your browser cache or you sign out on this device and sign in on another, that may dump your cache and you may lose your notes. So once you got them in there, you can copy and paste them into your journal or put them somewhere else. But maybe you have a question for me and you just want to jot a little note in there, and then click the chat and put your question in here. Then you can just delete the note. I'll show you how to use that in a moment. Let's go to Thawing Addiction, where the Serenity Cafe Recovery Center is. This is a little different kind of a course, and you'll see when you first come here that you can read the book right here online. You click that arrow and you can turn the pages, and you can use the mouse wheel to zoom in and drag it around wherever you want so that you can read the whole thing. You can make it full screen, and again drag it around or make it smaller, however you want to do that. You can go back to regular size. You can close the book. You can do that sometimes just by putting number 1 in the bottom down there. You'll notice too, if you're in the course, that there's a download button right here, and you can do some search functions. And you can play around with that. There's other links to different things here, and you can find out a little bit about each course or each book by hovering over that information there. So that's usually the first tab that's open here when you come to a course, is where you can read the book. Now you can see here, this is where you enter your notes, and so all you do is type your notes in here and then click this add a note, and you'll find it down here where I found it. And then you can delete that if you don't want it. Maybe you want to copy and paste something. Get the whole word there. So you copy, paste that into here and add the note. Now this is available to you on every other page here in the Serenity Cafe Academy, and if you no longer need that, then you can just delete it, and maybe after you translate it to your journal. You can see there will be downloads here, like for the iceberg therapy card, which you'll see in different places as well. Another new feature that I want to show you is right here on the right panel, the Recovery Center Live. When you click that, you'll be taken to a page. You won't see this immediately. You'll see a place where you sign in, and all you need to do is choose a name, and that's all right here. Step 1, choose the name, and then click Let's Go, and then you choose an avatar or upload your own image, and then you can allow your camera and microphone or not, and you can explore and organize a meeting or do whatever you want. Now, perhaps, let me show you how it works first, and then we'll talk about what you can do with it too. You'll notice down here there's a lot of buttons. This is my admin section, so I have a lot more buttons than you will. You'll have maybe the microphone and the circle cam and the traditional camera sometimes, and you'll have a few buttons to change different rooms and so forth, but you won't have all these. Now, if you want to know what the circle cam is, I'm going to turn that on, yeah, that's right, I can't do it just yet. Let me turn off my other camera over here, and now I can use that camera here. So I'll click that button, and there's my circle cam, and you can move to different places here in the room. And wherever you move, whenever your pointer turns to a finger, that means that that's where you can sit. And if you're having a meeting with your sponsor or your counselor or me or someone else, then we can use this room. Now there's 3 seats here, but if there's only 2 people and they want to have some privacy, then you can lock that lock. But one of you would have to be a moderator in order to get that lock. Otherwise, you have a profile up here. So there are other rooms that have just 2 seats, and once those 2 seats are filled, no one else can get in anyway. But if you want to be a moderator, or you'd like to use these rooms for your clients if you're a helper, or your sponsees if you're a sponsor, then you can just get in touch with me, and you can do that by clicking on the chat and then putting a request in here with an email that I can get back to, and I'll get back to you and help you get set up as a moderator so you can use these rooms. I'm going to do another video with all the rooms that you can go to, and what I want you to know right now though is this is kind of small, but it's usable. And let me show you what happens when we use the traditional camera. The circle cam goes off, and then the new I turned it off there by mistake. Let me turn that back on. So that traditional camera comes on, and you can move it wherever you want, and you can change the size of it. Maybe both of you take up half the page here, and you can still move around. And you can make it full screen if you just want to do that. So there's a lot of flexibility here, and I guess that's what I want you to know. Also, when you come to a room, this is going to be open. This is your chat, and you can use it to talk with whoever's here in the room, or just put a note in there for yourself or whatever. But if you don't want to use it, just fold it down. These other circles with the arrows are links to other rooms and so forth. Those other links, and I'll have several links along here, where you can just go to the to the room you want to go to from that link, or you can go within here. Now, the thing I wanted to show you is that this is kind of small, but it's usable. On your phone, it's not so usable. In fact, laptop, tablets, or PCs are recommended for these live spaces here. So if you want to make it bigger, you just click for full screen. You allow your camera and microphone again, and you'll be in a bigger area. So I'm not sure if this is showing up. Let me double check. Right, okay, so you're seeing the whole thing, and it can get really big. Now these books I have on the bookshelves, these are just to remind you that I have different topics that I cover and so forth, and there's no links to go buy the books or anything, but you get each one of them in each course that you're enrolled in. So we'll go ahead and we'll close out of this, and whenever you close out of it, you're out of it. Now this says I'm already in a room because I changed a tab there, so you just refresh the page and or click that tab and it will reset that to this room. Okay, so again, there's your steps on how to use them. The Recovery Center here also has a section on recovery education, recovery tools, including universal step 1, 2, and 3 workbooks that you can use, and a lot of information on relapse prevention. I'll be having even more information in here. These are just a couple samples of some of the other rooms that are available, and we'll get to those at another time. So if you want to go back to the home page, then you just click go back, and you can pick other courses. Like for instance, this is one that is good for helping you go to sleep at night or deal with anxiety. I use some fractal videos because the brain loves color and pattern and motion, and so these are quiet because they have no music with them. The music, well, actually this one's not. This one has music with it, so I'll turn that down a little bit. But there are some that don't have music, and there's audios that are available underneath that, so you can use the videos and you can make those full screen. They have a little bit of a hypnotic effect if you stare right in the middle of it. So these are for stress management. They can also help prevent relapse if you are getting anxious or having some difficulty switching your thoughts off and you want to just relax and meditate. Then this can help you get there. So there's self-hypnosis and beach meditations and nature meditations and different tools here in some of these others. Now you'll get some of these courses as just free bonuses when you sign up for some of the other courses. And there will be more like this one on working with ego states. So again, we have the chat button, which is a direct line to me, and I can be with you in your journey, whatever course you're working on, so that you're not stuck and you can get feedback within 24 hours, if not right away. So use that whenever you want. I appreciate the reaching out, and I think that's the hardest thing to do when we want help, but it's easier. So you're going to find this video right here in the middle when you sign in. So thanks for listening. I think that covers everything I want to cover for now. There will be some other more detailed presentations